Welcome back to WCHED-TOT-1 online training. Needs and resources of the community. And before this lesson, you learn and you observe in the community through the God's eyes, right? The vision and observing and following Holy Spirit. And then how to get the needs and resources. So in this lesson, you can find and you will learn how to help people in the community identify their problems. And you will know how to help the people prioritize their needs. And you will be able to help the people realize that they have most of the resources necessary locally to complete their project. It is very exciting, the activities, but we are in online training, but we cannot. But just image this the activity of Road to Development. The purpose of this exercise is to help you identify the problems in the community and choose priorities for action. And you will also identify resources available locally that can be used to accomplish the priorities and resolve the problems you have chosen to address. Image a road in front of you that we will call Road to Development. On that road are problems that must be overcome if the world or community is to make a process. Object you have brought with you is represent one of those problems. One by one, each of you will put your object on the road and explain to the group what your object represents. But be sure the object represents specific problems and not broad. For example, malaria. Malaria would be specific, but health would be too broad, right? And you should each have the 3 leaves with you, 3 leaves. And you will vote to see which of these problems you think are the most significant. And do not have to vote your own object. And someone in the group to count the leaves and identify the 4 problems that had the highest votes. And these 4 problems will be used in the next session. Just as there are 2 sides in a coin, there are 2 ways of looking at our problems. On the one side, we see the needs that our problems produce. And on the other side, we see resources that can be used to solve the problems. So in our Road to Development exercise, we have identified some needs in our community. So now we will divide into small groups and look at the other side of the coin to solve, right? To resolve. And we will look for whose resources are available to use to solve our problems. There are 4 questions. What people are available in your community then can help solve the problem your group has been assigned? Now, what materials are available locally? Where and how can money be found locally for the transformation of our community? Last question, what facilities are available that will help the project? Okay, one by one we can answer. And we think that, number 1, what people are available in your community then can help solve the problem your group has been assigned? Local leaders and influential people, and government workers, people from the district and the country in health teaching, agriculture, sanitation, etc. and Christian organizations like a church, in a church, and Secure Development Organization, CARE, and UNICEF, and committee members and chair volunteers. Okay, second question, what materials are available locally? Banana leaves. Yes, banana leaves. And rock and sand, and mud blocks and thatch, and water and sun, and trees, timber, and charcoal, and crop and livestock. And the materials proceed from nearby market or cities. Yes, it's locally. And number 3, where and how can money be found locally for the transformation of our community? Local fundraising events, and proceed from sale of crops, livestock, etc. And government or church, and local aid and development agencies, outside aid and development agencies. And what facilities are available that will help the project? Local buildings, schools, shops, government offices, churches, and clinics. What you have learned from this exercise about the local resources? You're right. There are many local assets, right? Local resources. And local assets can be easily overlooked by outsiders. And much of what is needed can be found inside the community. Some assets have been ignored for years. Some things we consider the problems are also assisted. For example, unemployment means more people to volunteer for community work. And using local assets and resources, we can make a progress now rather than wait for help later. Number 7, many of our problems can be solved using local resources. And we need to put what we have to good use, and people have skills and ability that are often overlooked. Many people working together can identify the assets and create a solution. Do you remember that mountain story? And we can overcome the problem as like a mountain area, right? Using local resources and work together with harmony, right? So last one, local resources. There are always many problems in a community, right? But look for what is locally available as resources to meet these needs. And most of what is needed can be found inside the community without looking for outside assistance. And make the best of what you have. And time is great resource of overlooked. It is always very valuable when members of community can volunteer their time to assist in meeting needs. Okay, brainstorm. What should you do when the community has a problem you cannot deal with? Now brainstorm, like a What should you do? What should you when the community has a problem you cannot deal with? Put the community in contact with the people who can help. And acknowledge the need of the community. Be willing to help as you can. And guide the community into projects which are realistic and can be completed. And think of small projects like seed project. You have learned about community needs and resources. So We need to find the local resources and needs. You can get it. And you can use local resources to maximize, then you solve your problem with the group. But don't forget, the Holy Spirit guides you. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time. God bless.